Hello, my friends, and welcome to today's video break. Psalm 42 verse 3 says, "My tears have been my food day and night, while people say to me all day long, 'Where is your God?'" My tears have been my food. Have you ever been there? Have you ever been to that place of despair or discouragement, or just that place where you're grieving, maybe, over the death of a loved one, or maybe not even the death of a loved one, but grieving over a situation? And it's interesting how people from the outside look in and see that and question, okay, if your God is so good, then why are all these situations happening to you? Or maybe you're even thinking that. If your God is so good, then you should be spared the disparity of life. There's some false teaching out there that will actually even teach this. If your God is so good, then tell me why are you in this place? And we all know that we live in a broken world. I don't have to tell you that. Sin entered in from the very beginning. And so there's brokenness, there's consequences of sin that we're surrounded by all the time. But the interesting thing about David was he wasn't overcome. He recognized that as a place that his soul was striving to partake in the nourishment of what God can offer him, but instead he was in this place where his tears were filling his hunger, his pains. That's an interesting illustration, that his tears have become his food. So many of us have been there. And so, friends, when our tears become our food, the greatest place that we know to go is, in this place, we learn so much about who God is, because God is the one who's our refuge and the one that will rescue us from this state. It may be a temporary, it may be a seasonal place where your heart is so overcome that there's no answers. But it's the place where God is feeding you more than probably what you'll ever recognize until you're on the other end, out of that place of despair that you say, "Oh yeah, you were there the whole time." But my friends, what the temptation will be in that place is to turn that place into a place of bitterness, into a place of where you're, instead of receiving the living God, you're pushing the life out. You're pushing dark, you're accepting darkness and pushing the light out. And so tears are a place of healing. Don't be afraid of the tears, because there's not a tear that you and I drop that God can't see. But in that place, allow that to be the place of nourishment, where your hands are open and you're saying, "Okay, God, give me the strength in this place of despair to accept this reality through your eyes of life. What life are you bringing into this place? Help me to see, and instead of going deeper down, God sustains you right there through your tears, that this is a place of healing." Oh, friends, I just pray that no matter where you are, you recognize that the presence of God is right there with you, and that the tears are a great place of healing. And just because, I always think of David being in this place of despair, but Paul being in his greatest place of despair in prison, and still rejoicing. Rejoicing isn't of motion. Rejoicing is a place where you're turning your attention towards what you really need, and that's to praise the Lord. So, my friends, be blessed today, knowing that the presence of God is your life.